What's going on, everybody? Jesus loves you. My name's Cody, and this is the Christian News Show you can catch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Truth! Alright, so before we get into the news stories, really quick, if you guys care about the CES technology stuff like I do, I'll leave a link in the description below to a separate video that I did, just so I'm not getting that with all the Christian news and just boring a bunch of people that don't care. And then also the link in the description below is a link to Love 146. January 11th is Human Trafficking Awareness Day, and there's a link to a group of people who fight against child trafficking. So you can go to the link in the description below, and then you go to learn what we do, hit the do, and there's all sorts of different ways that you can help them. Even just buying some merchandise, and that money will help support them. Sex trafficking is everywhere. Most people don't think that it is in the United States. They're like, oh no, slavery's over. There's definitely slavery going on in the United States that people don't really know about. So when I have an opportunity to let you guys know that there's something that you can do about it, I do so. And in this next story, I probably don't have all the details because, again, I do these in a day in advance. But on Thursday morning, there was a shooting in Taft, California. Luckily, nobody was killed, but there was at least one wounded. And usually with these, I say prayers to the friends and families who have lost loved ones, but no one lost a loved one. So prayers for safe healing for the one that was wounded. And then prayers for the entire nation. I mean, there are so many shootings going on right now. It's just scary. And it's kind of interesting that the big talk in Washington right now is about assault rifles, and this was just a shotgun. And since we're talking about it, we might as well talk about Obama's executive command that he might have on gun control. According to Joe Biden, there is going to be an enforcement on gun control in the United States by the end of January, but we really don't know besides that what Obama's going to do. Whether this is a good thing or a bad thing, like I've said before, I think there are truth to both sides. And next in the news, we talked about the Bible miniseries not too long ago, but finally it has a release date, which is March 3rd, and it has a trailer that looks like this.
David, you have forged God's nation on earth.
So amazing! And some critics are saying that it looks like a $100 million movie. Personally, when I look at it, I think of like those really expensive HBO shows. And if that is the case, count me in because it looks amazing. Again, it's going to be airing on History Channel on March 3rd, and it's a 10-part series. Be excited! And then something that I know conservatives are going to love, the Washington National Cathedral is now going to be holding gay marriages. And I've said this so many times on the show, I have nothing against homosexuals. I don't even have anything against homosexual marriages, but I don't believe that a Christian church that holds Christian marriages should have homosexual marriages. And I know a lot of people go, oh yeah, the man and the woman thing, but there's so much more to a Christian marriage than the gender. I mean, that's where it starts, that's where the root of all of it is. But there's so much intertwined into what makes a Christian marriage. And so I say, yeah, gay marriage, if that's what you want to do, it is a free country, do it. I mean, that is something that you should be fighting for. But what makes a marriage in the United States and what makes a marriage in the Christian church are two different things, and I think that Christians and churches should be responsible for what they believe in. And that kind of ties into our final story about Reverend Louie Giglio. And if you haven't heard already, Louie was going to give the prayer for the presidential inauguration. Well, after that was announced, he got a little bit of backlash from a bunch of people who were like, 20 years ago, you said that homosexuality is a sin, we don't really want you to be doing the prayer for the inauguration. And this came from like the homosexual community that was like, you're against it. Why would we want you praying there? And so the Reverend is backed out of the inauguration saying no matter what I do for this prayer, it is going to be overshadowed and dwarfed by all this talk about him and what he said 20 years ago. One thing that does bug me is that they keep saying 20 years ago like his opinion has changed. That hasn't changed. It's just that he doesn't really talk about that stuff anymore. In fact, he said in his statement that that's just not where his priorities lie, so he doesn't talk about stuff like that anymore. That doesn't mean that that's like his belief has changed. I think it was really brave of him to step out of it and say, you know, my prayer's not going to mean anything to anyone because it's going to be dwarfed by all these rumors and this criticism, so I'm not going to do it. And with that, we go to the question of the day, and the question of the day is, do you think that gay marriages should take place in Christian churches? As always, please leave a comment in the comment section below with your answer. Leave a video response if you want to. My name is Cody. I'm bringing news to the Christian community every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In closing, let the haters hate, let the Christians pray, and to everybody like and subscribe. I'll see you later, and God bless.